Today we're continuing with chapter 11 in the first draft. I'm hoping today that I can finish chapter 11. There is a lot to write. There is a lot of content that happens in this chapter. I'm hoping that I can get it done and keep it moving. If I can hit about a chapter a day, maybe a chapter every 2 days, I will get this first draft done in really good time. I talk about time, I've spoken about it before, it's quite arbitrary. I do have a deadline that I've given myself for when this book is going to be ready, but I have lots of time, but it's just for motivation. It's like a game for me, just to keep pushing. Without further ado, let's go. So over the last few days, I've been realizing that even though this is a rather small settlement that I'm developing, I haven't made a lot of the characters related. In reality, a lot of characters would be related. In fact, most of the settlement would be made up of a few families, I think. But I haven't been really focused on that, only for a few select characters. So as I am moving through, when I need to add a new character, I am thinking about perhaps if this character has to be related. For example, Zainab is a character and I just had to mention her husband. So I made her husband someone who's already been introduced, but I hadn't yet established that he is her husband, but now that's added. And when I add new characters, I will make sure to think about who they're related to and such. I hope I do make it realistic enough to the point where it's a nice balance and not too extreme in either direction, either where not enough people are related, so it doesn't make sense how all these people live here, or where everyone is too related to the point where it just wouldn't be feasible that they're a community that's able to run and have new generations. So I need to have a balance. For now, most people are not related to anyone according to my world wiki, so I'm slowly, bit by bit, adding in people's relations. That does mean that there will be some retroactive additions I have to make. For example, if a certain character is sick, for example, it makes sense that the family might come to visit, etc. But I will deal with that in editing. For now, I will add that to my editing notes. Man, at this point, every chapter is a banger, but that's how I like it. So much is happening in each chapter, and it makes it feel intense and a lot, and that's how it's meant to be. This story, it's about a week in time, and so much is happening each day, because this is a crisis moment, this is intense, everything is crazy and happening all at once. So every chapter just layers on the drama. I'm really happy with how it's going. So this is a very important scene, and it's important to handle the tone right. There's a lot of moving parts. I personally think that character work is king. It's really important for me that the characters act as the characters would act in this situation, no matter what. So for example, I have a character saying something quite inappropriate in a very serious time. Some people might say it conflicts with the tone. It's a very serious tone, but they say a rather odd, quirky comment. But to me, it's who the character is. And I think part of what makes stories great and part of what makes human beings interesting in general in life is how messy they are, is how people don't act how they should in a certain situation. Someone might laugh at a funeral, or make an inappropriate joke in a work meeting, or shout when they're in the silent carriage of a train. People are messy, and that's realistic, and I like to add that into my stories. That being said, not even near finishing this chapter yet, it's a long chapter as well, a lot happening. I'd say, yeah, I'm not even halfway through this chapter, but I've made a lot of progress today still. AA, what's now?